Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, we are very clearly not in my regular set. We have only ever filmed here once before, and it was for my Sea of Monsters reading vlog. So you can only assume what we're going to be doing today. And if you couldn't guess by the title of this YouTube video, we, and by we, I mean me, are finally going to be reading the Heroes of Olympus series for the first time ever in my entire life. I shared at the end of my Sea of Monsters reading vlog that although I love Percy Jackson, I have never ventured into the Heroes of Olympus series. I'm not quite sure why I never did. I read Percy Jackson when I was younger and in middle school, and I think quite honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I just didn't visit this series because the size of it probably intimidated me when I was like 10 or whenever these books came out. And then long story short, high school happened and I was never a big reader in high school, probably mostly because I had undiagnosed ADHD until I was a senior. And so reading was like kind of difficult for me in a way. I just couldn't really sit still long enough to read, so I never really did it unless I had to for school. Fast forward to 2020 when I kind of rediscovered my love for Percy Jackson. I don't know. I just never ventured into these. And it's honestly I feel like I've been living a lie, you know? I feel like I've been missing out on something important. I just haven't given myself the time. I don't know. Not that I need to come up with an excuse, but I think it all worked out for the better because now I get to read them for the first time with you guys. And I think that's going to be really fun. I know very, very little about these books. I know, I see people on Twitter throw around the names of the characters in these books, and that's honestly it. I think they have chapters from different character POVs, I want to say. This might be where Camp Jupiter comes from. I couldn't tell you. I just know that I see people in purple Camp Jupiter shirts. Pretty much all I know is some character names, and that's honestly it. These are significantly bigger than Rick's Percy Jackson books, so I'm excited, I'm nervous. This is definitely going to be a much bigger toll on all my filming equipment than the Sea of Monsters reading vlog was, so I think that's enough talking. We should go ahead and get into it. All right, let's get started. The Lost Hero. Chapter 1. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Chapter 1, Jason. And I think I have to ask this question. I feel like everyone asks this question when they pick up this book for the first time. Who the hell is Jason? Let's find out. Wait, maybe I should read the back of the book so I know what I'm getting myself into. That's how little I know about this book. I haven't even read the back of it. Let's read that. Okay, so it seems like Jason is our main dude. Piper is his girlfriend, ? And his best friend is Leo. Those are our three. That's our trio for this book. And Jason has amnesia. Indy. Piper has a famous dad. He's missing strange creatures. Ah! They go to Camp Half-Blood? Shut up. Leo has a way with tools. Okay, so son of Hephaestus, ? I don't know how this works. Curse everyone keeps talking about. Camper gone missing. Leo sees ghosts. Okay. Okay. I'm intrigued. Let's start. I also have no idea when this intertwines with the Percy Jackson original 5 books, if it even does. Does this happen directly after? That makes sense because I think Heroes of Olympus came out in 2009 and I think this came out in 2010, something like that. I don't know. You can fact check me. This is kind of such a crazy concept. Imagine you're on the bus and your friend is taking a nap and next thing you know, they wake up and they just don't recognize you. That's kind of insane. Okay, so we're in Nevada, which is very much not New York. Okay, so Piper has mommy issues. Wait, never knew her mom. I'm assuming all of these kids are gonna have godly parents of some sort. Are they gonna tell us who her dad is? Are they gonna name drop an actual celebrity in this book? Because if they do, that'll be interesting. Thunder. I'm gonna try and guess their godly parents as we go along, assuming all three of these characters have godly parents. Leo, I'm leaning Hephaestus. He is the one I've got the biggest read on, in my opinion. Jason, I have no read on, but there was a thing on the back of this book about him being hit by lightning. Or no, the first line is about him being hit by lightning or something like that. Oh, electrocuted. Close enough. And now there's thunder rumbling. Piper, I have no read on her. But it's easier when you're trying to figure out a goddess, I feel like, because you can narrow it down. So we know it's not Hera. It's not Artemis. I feel like it wouldn't be Athena because that's just identical to Annabeth. So that leaves us with Demeter, Aphrodite. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I like this line from Leo saying, I'm ADHD, man. You can't expect me to remember the details. I like the concept of someone saying, I am ADHD, not I have ADHD. That's very funny. His teacher doesn't know him. What? The teacher knows about the mist. Who is this coach? Is he a satyr? Is he a protector? An old as fuck satyr? He is wearing a hat. Boom. Already on to chapter 2. I'm intrigued. They've got me. They've got me hooked. I'll give them that much. Big shocker there. Dylan's the monster. Yes. The coach is a satyr. The way that Jason describes Piper in his head, cute, smart, and violent. That's so sweet. That's exactly how I think Chris describes me. This is kind of a crazy way to open a book. Jason can fly. Okay, here's what I know about Jason. He's very strong. He can fight really well. He can withstand all sorts of electricity, and he can fly. Okay. All right, Superman, whatever. Okay, so Jason has a sword just like Percy, except instead of it being a pen, it's a coin. Okay, so Jason called Coach a fawn when he's a satyr. And now he's calling these monsters venti, but that's not the Greek term. Is this, are we going to discover Camp Jupiter in this series? I really don't know. I'm sorry. I'm on page 30. These two people came down in a chariot, described as a tall blonde girl and then the bulky dude with a shaved head. I'm so locked into the casting of the TV show, fully forgot Annabeth was blonde. So the dude just said Annabeth's name, gasped. Hey, Annabeth. Hey! Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. For me. Well, it's not super embarrassing, but I guess I just didn't think that any of our original characters would show up this soon in the book. And the other guy's name is Butch. Percy Jackson is missing? Wow. Okay. They did good. They're doing good so far. Chapter 3, Piper. I assume this is from, like, Piper's sort of POV, even though it's third person. Butch, son of Iris, goddess of the rainbow. That's so cute. Okay, so lightning and thunder is following Jason around. Either he's son of Zeus or like maybe child of like the other big three, and that's why Zeus is like after him. But I feel like if Jason is a son of Poseidon, way too like identical to the original Percy Jackson trio. And then son of Hades, I don't know if that really makes too much sense. I don't know. Will is here. Oh my gosh. It's like a high school reunion. Where is Percy? Where is Percy Jackson? Where did he disappear to? Okay, there's a girl named Drew. I don't think I remember her, so she might be a new character. Leo got claimed. I was right. It's Hephaestus. That's 1 point for me. And then we have Jason again saying the Roman version of things. I don't understand what that means. So maybe Jason's... I know all the Greek gods have Roman names. I know some of them. Like I know Hermes is like Mercury. So I assume regardless, Jason's godly parent is going to be like one of the gods that we know and like that there's a cabin for. Because like even though I'm assuming this is after the last Olympian, like minor gods are now more involved. But I don't know, they're making too big of a deal about Jason for him to have a minor god as a parent. Okay. SPQR. I don't quite know what those letters mean, but I'm sure it has something to do with Camp of Jupiter if I had to bet money on it. Chapter 4, boom. Okay, so it's winter time in this book. I feel like that's important for me to know. Oh, there's 20 cabins now. Okay. Even Annabeth has no idea who Piper's mom could be, so I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. Annabeth has known Jason for months. They're gonna give Piper a gun. Okay, they don't. It's fine. So, Piper's dreams are peculiar to me. I'm curious about them. It's giving Chronos, like Percy and his Chronos dreams. But we fixed the whole Chronos deal, so I am curious who is talking to her in her dreams. Okay, her last name is McLean. Actors with last name McLean. I just wonder if like they're gonna actually come up with like a real celebrity or if they're just making something up. I think they're making something up. It's funny, Rick describing like Aphrodite's cabin as a Barbie house. He had no idea that a Barbie movie was going to come out and change everyone's perception of Barbie. Okay, so this is definitely after Heroes of Olympus because they just mentioned Selena. Rest in peace. Interesting. We're going into Hera's cabin. This would have been great information for when I was building all the Percy Jackson cabins in Minecraft like 3 years ago, but it's fine. Rachel's here. Okay. So Percy's MIA. The gods are MIA. I don't know what's going on. So the gods went silent about a month ago. Percy went missing 3-ish days ago. Annabeth said she'd known Jason for about 4 months. But then Jason apparently just appeared like today. So I'm trying to get a timeline in my head. Oh, Rachel's getting a vision, prophecy, whatever you want to call it. This is all very confusing, but I think the only thing we can do is keep reading. Like, They'll give me answers eventually. Right? Anyways, chapter 5. Leo's first chapter. Oh my god, I forgot that Leo can see dead people, right? Or ghosts. But that's dead people, right? That's like the same thing. He's the sixth sense. His nanny tried to kill him? I gotta get a list of character names going. Hang on. The Lost Hero. We've got Jason, Piper, Leo. I don't know Jason's last name, but we know Piper's, and we know... Well, I don't know if they've spoken Leo's last name, but I'm pretty sure it's Valdez from what I've seen on the internet. Leo, I feel like, is a character that people talk about a lot. We've got Annabeth. Percy has been mentioned, so I'll write him down. We've got Butch. We've got Drew. We've got Will. Know him. We've got Rachel. And now we've got a guy named Jake Mason. I can't remember if he's mentioned in the other books. I'm going to be honest. Rest in peace, Charles Beckendorf. Is this a new thing that Hephaestus's cabin is like cursed? Did I miss that? Or is this like a new addition, a new discovery? Are we gonna see the ghost of Charles? That's messed up. Chapter 6. Crushing it. Crushing it. Okay, new character mentioned, adding it to my list. Nessa? I don't know, I'm gonna pronounce it as Nessa, but it's Nessa with a Y instead of an E. Leo can set his hands on fire. All right, Human Torch. Back to Jason. So we don't know if Jason's godly parent is his mom or his dad. I'm sure it's going to be his dad, but I would love for Jason's godly parent to actually be his mom, because I feel like there's a bit of a pattern where if Rick has a male character, his godly parent is his dad, and if he has a female character, their godly parent is their mom. I'd love to see a male character have like a female godly parent or vice versa. But I don't think we have much of that. At least not from our main characters. Dude, Jason is weird. He's supposed to be dead, according to Chiron. He knows Latin. Someone just spoke to Jason, claims that they own Jason. Y'all, I'm confused. Okay. Ending chapter 7 with Annabeth and Rachel thinking they killed Piper. That might be a good place to stop for the day. We'll pick up tomorrow at chapter 8, because I've been sitting here a really long time. My thoughts so far. I'm intrigued. I'm confused. But most importantly, I'm intrigued. Jason confuses me. Piper's a mystery. Leo is the only one that isn't, like, very confusing. So at least I have him, right? But not bad. Not shabby. I'm definitely into it. 7 chapters in one sitting is pretty decent for me. I'd say that's about maybe a fourth of the book, maybe a little bit less than a fourth of the book, so not too shabby. We'll pick up tomorrow. Say hello. Say hi, Andy. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to day 2 of reading The Lost Hero. We ended off yesterday with chapter 7, so we're starting with chapter 8. I'm excited. I was sad that I had to stop reading yesterday because it was getting late. I had to eat dinner. And I was looking forward to starting reading again today. So let's get into it. All right, picking back up with Jason. Oh, right. Okay, where we left off yesterday, Rachel thinks she killed Piper. Casual. So we think Hera is in trouble. Okay. Here's a question I'm going to throw out. I'm too lazy to go back and find in the book where I read it, but I swear to God, I thought I read that Annabeth said she had known Jason for 4 months already. That's what I thought I read. Maybe I misread it, because how would Annabeth know Jason for 4 months, but nobody else at camp knows Jason? Did I hallucinate that part of the book? Oh, okay, I did misread. Piper has known Jason for 4 months, not Annabeth. Makes a lot more sense. That had me confused because no one else knew him, and I was like, how did Annabeth know him? But no one else at camp did? Okay. Glad we cleared that up. Could you imagine I went through this whole book thinking that Annabeth knew Jason 4 months prior to finding him at the Grand Canyon? That would have been embarrassing. Okay. Oh. Hypnos, god of sleep? That might be my dad. If my mother wasn't Athena, absolutely. God of sleep would be my father. 100%. Oh my god. They have to stop talking about sleeping. It keeps making me yawn. Someone stole his memories. So, okay. The Roman version of the Greek gods are just like the Greek gods on steroids, kind of. They're just like meaner. That's the vibe I'm getting, I guess. They're the same person, but kind of like an alternate ego, in a way. That's what I'm gathering from this. I hate to say this, I'm really not going to care about Piper and her dad until they tell me who he is. Even though I'm sure, like, he's not an actual actor, actual celebrity. I don't know how much I care. Like, these are, like, multiple pages of, like, Piper's dream of her last day with her dad. And I'm just like, I don't really care. I don't really care. Like, that was a lot of pages for something that I don't quite care about, I don't think. And see, now she's having a dream of that voice talking to her. Far more interesting. I care about the present, and I care about what's happening right now. Does that make me a bad book reader? Maybe. Okay? I don't know. I'm just like not... We're 114 pages into this book. I'm not attached enough to Piper to care about 4 or 5 pages of like a backstory with her and her dad right now. You haven't made me care enough about Piper to care about that. Sorry to people that love Piper. I'm not saying I dislike her. I just don't care about her dad right now. Grover mention, Tyson mention, Nico mention. Oh my god, there's another great prophecy. 7 half-bloods shall answer the call. To storm or fire, the world must fall. Oh my god, Jason speaking in tongues. An oath to keep with a final breath, and foes bear arms to the doors of death. Oh my god. Okay, I need to get Dr. Pepper because I'm yawning a lot. Not sponsored, but it could be if Dr. Pepper ever saw this. I was right. Jason's dad is Zeus. And now there's thunder rumbling. I think I said that. Did I say that yesterday? I was trying to figure out who his godly parent was, and I was like, it's giving Zeus, but I don't know. Zeus / Jupiter. Jupiter is my favorite planet, so. All right. Jason gets a prophecy now. Child of lightning, beware the earth. The giant's revenge. The seven shall birth. The forge and dove shall break the cage. And death unleash through Hera's rage. I don't know why. Like, every time I read the prophecies in this book, I always read them like it's gonna explain something to me. Never does. Okay, I'm sure my camera just cut to like drastically different lighting. I closed one of the windows that was over there because it's getting very bright, like under my face, and it looked weird. I like Leo. I think Leo's funny. He says, "Oh, cool, suffering? I love suffering." Piper is a daughter of Aphrodite. Did I say that yesterday too? I think I was trying to narrow it down and I was like, it's either Athena or Aphrodite. So that leaves us with Demeter, Aphrodite. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what I said yesterday, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and give myself 3 out of 3. I think I guessed all of their godly parents correctly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give it to myself. I'm sorry. Leo's babysitter was Hera? Hera's kind of a freaky little bitch. Sorry, I'm trying to cuss less in my YouTube videos. I know I'm not doing a very good job. But there's really no other word I can use to describe Hera, I fear. I don't mean it in a derogatory way. She's just freaky. Oh my god. They killed Leo's mom? Oh my god. That's so sad. What? Oh, wait. They didn't kill Leo's mom. Leo burned the... Guys, that's fucked up. Oh my god. This random lady, who I'm sure I'll figure out who she is eventually, got Leo so angry his hands caught fire and he burnt down the warehouse that his mom was in. What the fuck? See, okay, I care about that backstory for 2 reasons. One, it feels a lot more foundational than reading Piper going surfing with her dad, who's still alive, but just missing. And also I think I like Leo the best out of the 3 so far. I don't know, Leo's just funny. I don't know. God, that's so sad. It's always the funny characters, you know? It's always the funny characters, isn't it? You gotta give him something tragic. Yeah. Okay, this ended chapter 11. I think I love Leo. I think he's my favorite of the 3 so far. I think right now it goes Leo, Jason, Piper. Piper's at the bottom only because, like, there's a lot of mystery around her right now. There's a lot of mystery around Jason, but, like, Piper is being mysterious on purpose. Like, she's withholding things from the group and thus withholding things from the reader. Like, I don't really understand her whole who's talking to her in her dreams thing right now. Jason is mysterious, but it's not his fault. He's not doing it on purpose. Hera took his memories. So it's a little different. But I think I just enjoy Jason a little bit more than Piper. But I do feel the need to emphasize I don't dislike Piper. Like I said, going into this book, one of the only things I really know about it are character names and like what I see of people talking about them. But I don't really pay attention when people talk about plot points in any of these books. I do pay attention when people talk about the characters though. And from what I know, Jason and Leo are pretty loved. But I think people are like 50-50 on Piper. I know the people that like Piper are like down bad defending her. And I haven't seen much from the people that don't like Piper. I just know that the people that do like Piper are like, I don't get why everybody hates Piper. But I don't hate her. I just don't know her. I also don't know if I care about flashbacks of her and her dad. Anyways, chapter 12. I also feel like me using my pretzel as a pointer. I feel like another reason I like Leo is kind of similar to the way that I really like Tyson. Even though Tyson is technically a son of Poseidon, I equate Tyson to also being like a son of Hephaestus just because Cyclopses do a lot of work with Hephaestus. I feel like, and you guys let me know what you think about this, I feel like if you're a child of Athena, I feel like if there was a house that the Athena kids could closely relate to, it would definitely be Hephaestus's cabin, just because like, and I don't know, maybe this is just me because this is how I am, but like goddess of wisdom and like battle strategy and stuff like that. I feel like, I think they even mentioned this in this book when Annabeth and Piper are like looking for a weapon for Piper. Annabeth's like, the Hephaestus cabin makes the really great stuff, but we have some good stuff over here too. I just feel like people that are children of Athena have like a very hands-on mentality. They're smart, but they also build things and make things. Like Annabeth is into architecture, and so like that's making something. And I feel like that goes very hand in hand with children of Hephaestus. So I feel like whenever there's a character that has a close relational tie with Hephaestus, I just think I, as somebody who identifies as a child of Athena, can understand that character a little bit better and like relate to that character a little bit better, if that makes any sense. You guys let me know what you think. All right. Moving on to chapter 13, and I do think chapter 12 just confirmed for me that Leo is probably my favorite of the three, at least this far. This is interesting. Jason had a dream with wolves, question mark? I don't know. But he's like, tell me who I am. And she's like, you're our saving grace. As always. I don't know. I just think that that's fun. That's fun wordage because the only other child of Zeus that we know of is Thalia, and Thalia's last name is Grace. Aw, Jason found a bunch of pictures of Annabeth and Thalia and Luke. Oh, okay. SPQR is the motto of the old Roman Empire. You want me to try to pronounce this? Senatus Populusque Romanus. It means the Senate and the people of Rome. We're going to Canada? Are we going to Canada in this book, you guys? Oh my god, shout out Canada. Ugh, that's Luke. He's dead now. Ugh! No! Jason's last name is Grace? I kind of ate that. That's crazy. Oh my god, that's insane. I feel like that might be a really good place to end today. Let's see. We got all the way to chapter 15. Okay, that's 7 chapters. I read 7 chapters yesterday. I read 7 chapters today. That's not bad. I kind of wanted to get halfway through the book, but I have to read another 100 pages for that to happen. I don't see myself reading all of that right now, guys. Well, actually, I mean, I would, but here's the reality of filming reading vlogs. Like, I want to keep reading, but I don't want to keep filming. But I have to film myself if I'm going to be reading this book, which is fine. It's just like, I share filming equipment with my boyfriend. He's got to film today. What time is it? It's like 2 something or other. It's 3:19. I thought it was 2:30. See, time flies. Yeah, that's the harsh reality. Like, because I would go and like read all of this in my bed right now, but like I have to film myself if I'm gonna read it, which is more than fine by me. I'm having a grand old time. But I don't know. Finding out that Jason is Thalia's sister is like a really good place to end. What the fuck? That's crazy. What's really crazy is that I didn't know that. Like, I am deeply involved in Percy Jackson Twitter. I get Percy Jackson videos on, like, my TikTok all the time. The way that I have just actively avoided all Heroes of Olympus spoilers is, like, kind of impressive. The only last name that I knew was Leo's last name, because I feel like people always say Leo's first and last name, at least on Twitter. Thalia just forgot she had a brother. Wait, that might not even be true, because Jason's a little loopy in the head. Like, his last name might be Grace, but he might not, like, legitimately be Thalia's brother, but he also could be. Who's to say? Okay, I think we're gonna end up with chapter 14 today. We'll start with chapter 15 tomorrow. I'm having so much fun. This is such a fun time. It's definitely taking a lot longer than the other Percy Jackson books to read, mostly because it's a first time read and not like a reread. When I reread The Sea of Monsters, like, I could skim things if I didn't want to like in-depth read them describing something happening, but like I do have to focus up an in-depth read on this entire book, because like we found out today, I literally misread. I thought Annabeth said she knew Jason for 4 months. It was Piper that said that. So like I have to be careful when I read this, and also it's so much longer, so it's definitely going to take me a couple of days to read. But I also, like I said, I only give myself like an hour and a half of sitting down and reading because I got other things to do. So it's whatever. We ended on chapter 14 today. Tomorrow, or who knows, maybe later today, if I feel like picking up my filming equipment again, chapter 15 is where we will pick up when we next open this book. See you guys then. Welcome back to day 3 of the reading vlog. Do you want to say hi? He said, no, I want to climb over your back actually instead, if that's okay with you. Go ahead. He said, no, actually, I want to bite all your Funko Pops and all your books. Do not. No book biting. No book biting. No book biting. Say, happy 3rd day of reading. He's acting a little crazy today because, let me turn you guys, it's snowing. There's snow outside my apartment right now. So, Indy's freaking out a bit. Do not bite my equipment. Thank you. But anyways, today is the 3rd day of reading. I've got beautiful scenery of a white snowy backdrop in front of me. So, I'm ready to go. Let's start reading. I believe we left off yesterday with chapter 15. We just found out that Jason is Thalia's brother. All right. Chapter 15. Piper. Drew is maybe the worst character Rick's ever created. And I kind of hate that for anybody who like identifies as a child of Aphrodite, because I feel like you could do some really cool things with Child of Aphrodite, which I hope they do with Piper. But like, I don't know. I feel like the way that you could go stereotypically with a Child of Aphrodite is what they're doing with Drew, and it's pissing me off. Ooh, see? Okay, unlocking some interesting things from Aphrodite children. Charm speak. Parcel mouth for Aphrodite kids. Oh my god, Piper has that. Because of the way that she steals things. That's crazy. Oh, Drew can absolutely get Selena's name out of her mouth. Like right now, actually. Don't ever speak her name again. Okay, yeah, so her dad is definitely a made-up actor. Okay, boring. Yawn. They should have made her dad be like Christopher Walken or something. Like some outrageous Piper Defoe. Some outrageous actor. Chapter 16. All right. We're up on a dragon and we're on our quest, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of feel like weirdly the book has lost a little bit of steam. Maybe it's just because I keep yawning. But that's because I'm always tired. So, like I said, me and Hypno got of sleep. All right. Everyone up, we're back to a Leo chapter. I love when it's Leo. Leo. Kind of my saving grace in this book right now. Every time it's a Leo chapter, I go, eh. And I think it's twofold. I think I enjoy the character of Leo, but also, depending on what POV Rick is writing in these chapters, he writes differently. And I think the way that he writes Leo's POV, air quote POV because it's all third person, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, it's just like more fun. It's more entertaining to me. It like pulls me in more, if that makes any sense. Leo stands. Rise in the chat. Validate me, please. Like this first line. Leo is totally buzzing. I'm in. I'm already in. You've already got me in. I'm in. Hey, shout out. We're in Quebec. Shout out to my Canadian people. Is there anybody that lives in Canada that watches my videos? If you live in Canada, let me know. My best friend lives in Canada. I went to Canada last year for the first time ever. I went to Vancouver. Beautiful place. I'll tell you that much for free. Gorgeous. I liked Vancouver. It was like a clean New York. When I flew in, there were mountains and water everywhere. It was very beautiful. Very beautiful flight. Yeah, shout out to Canada. Never been on the right side of Canada. I've only been on the left side, though. So, I'd go to Toronto, though. I'd definitely go to Toronto. Although I do get made fun of for how I say Toronto, because I say the second T. Happens to me all the time. I also say Atlanta, even though I'm from Atlanta. Atlanta? I don't know. I alternate with that one. Atlanta. Yeah, that one alternates depending on my mood. But Toronto, I always say the second T. And people like to make fun of me for that. Anyways. Exactly, Piper. Just because Aphrodite claimed me doesn't mean I need to be an airhead. She ate with that. Exactly. I'm here to defend children of Aphrodite. I feel like they're widely misrepresented. And I'm actually really hyped that Piper's a child of Aphrodite. I think that's sick. Okay, so we've got Calais and Zethys. Don't know if I'm saying those right. You guys can let me know. And they're gatekeepers for Boreas. Another name I don't know if I'm saying right, but I just want to say anytime I hear the word gatekeeper, I just think of Ghostbusters. Big Ghostbusters girl right here, by the way, in case you guys didn't know that about me. You can literally see my little Ghostbusters part of my shelf. Aww. Guys, I'm literally shivering in my sunroom right now. The past 2 days that I've been reading, I don't know if you've noticed, I've been in a short sleeve shirt because when I'm in the sunroom and it's sunny, like it gets really hot in here. It's a very big like greenhouse effect. And because it's snowing today, it's been cold in Georgia the past couple of days, but like it's snowing obviously, or it was snowing this morning. And so like there's not really any sun out. I'm dying. I'm like shivering. I'm in a full grout fit. I got my slippers on. I'm freezing and I'm shivering. I'm obsessed with this whole charm speak thing, pretty much just being like a fun version of pretty privilege. I kind of love that. That's so fun. The dragon folds into a carry-on. That's so cute. There's just so many cute and like incredibly convenient things that happen in these books, and it's so funny. It's very lighthearted, like breath of fresh air from like other kinds of books that I read, which could be anything from like drastic fantasy with like lots of like insane world building, or things like the Hunger Games that are very serious in a way. So I like reading Percy Jackson books because there's always that lightheartedness to it that reminds me like, oh yeah, I am reading a children's book and this is fun. I wonder, okay, so I'm at the part of the book where the Tweedledee and Tweedledum, that's what I'm going to call them because I don't know if I can pronounce their names correctly. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are like suspicious of Leo. Leo put away Festus into a little suitcase and they're like, we smell fire on you. You're a danger. You're a threat. And everyone's like, no, Leo's just a son of Festus. Like there's nothing weird about him. There's no fire about him. But he can set his hands on fire. He can withstand fire. Which I guess is not a normal thing for children of Hephaestus because Nessa was like, how did you capture the dragon and not catch on fire? I didn't think anything of it would have happened because I know that Tyson can withstand fire, but Tyson's not technically a son of Hephaestus. He's a son of Poseidon, so I guess it's just a Cyclops thing. But Leo can do that. And I know setting your hands on fire is not an average thing, so I wonder if there's anything like extra weird about Leo. Wait, Tweedledee and Tweedledum know Jason? Why the fuck does everybody know Jason? Oh, I lied. They're thinking of like the OG Jason. My bad. Hey, look, we're doing pretty good. I think we're gonna try to get halfway through the book today. Jason and Piper are holding hands. I wonder if people like Jason and Piper. This is really weird for me because I'm going into this book and this series not really knowing how people feel about these characters besides what I mentioned the other day where I was like, I know there's some people that don't necessarily like Piper and I think people like Leo. At least I feel like I see Leo's name a lot because he was the only one with the last name that I knew going into the book. Like I knew his name was Leo Valdez. Like I knew that. But I didn't know the other ones' last names. So I like don't see them talking about as much, at least not on my Twitter feed. I don't know how people feel about Jason. I have zero idea how people feel about Jason, which is kind of crazy because I feel like he's the main character right now, at least. So I don't know how people feel about Jason and Piper. So it's going to be crazy if I end up liking them as a couple and everyone's like, they suck. You're stupid. I'm no stranger to people calling me stupid on the internet. Happens to me all the time. What's actually really crazy is how much the casting of the TV show is affecting my reading of the books. When I reread Sea of Monsters in my Sea of Monsters reading vlog, I had a lot more fun with the book because I was able to picture like the entire cast of the show, and I just found that to make the book a lot more compelling. It's coming from somebody who doesn't really like the Sea of Monsters book all that much. I like it, not my favorite of the 5. And so I'm reading this and I know the book told me that Jason has blonde hair, and I guess this doesn't really have any effect on the show casting because Thalia in the books also has black hair. But, like, I'm literally just picturing somebody to look like the Thalia casting for the show to be her brother, but it has nothing to do with the show casting because Thalia in the books also has black hair. So yeah, Jason even says it himself in the picture. Thalia looked nothing like him. Yeah, we know. Okay, people have to like Jason and Piper. Listen to this. Jason was glad Piper started losing the Aphrodite blessing. The makeup was fading. Her hair was slowly going back to its old choppy style with the little braids down the sides. It made her look more real. And as far as Jason was concerned, more beautiful. Guys, that's very sweet. I'm rooting for them. Okay? I don't care. Okay. Keone? Let's see how to pronounce that.
In English, is generally said as Keone, because of this K nowadays.
Keone. Got it. Clocked it. Oh my god, Keone, goddess of snow. She's with us. She is currently with us. Guys, what a perfect time for me to get to this point in the book. That's crazy. It's like I'm there. Wait, they're cold? I'm cold. Guys, I'm in the book. We are in the book right now. That's crazy. Boom, chapter 20. Do they still teach Roman numerals? Wait. Are these chapters in Roman numerals because Jason has the whole Roman gods thing going on versus the Greek gods? First of all, love that. Second of all, am I smart for picking up on that, or am I stupid for it taking me to chapter 20 to realize that? I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm smart. I love that cute little detail though. That's fun. This is so spooky them describing everything as like being snowy when I'm literally surrounded by snow. Oh my gosh, he speaks French. How fun would it be to like be reading this book and you know French very well and you know exactly what he's saying? Très bien! I know that one. My sister took French in high school and sometimes she spoke French words at me. Ah! Daughters of Aphrodite can naturally speak French? That is so fun. Learning new things about children of Aphrodite every day. Oh my god, he speaks French because he resides in Quebec? Oh, that's so funny. Hang on, there's lots of names being thrown around right now. I'm gonna have to add this to my list. We've got the Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Keone, Boreas, Aeolus. Okay. It's just helpful for me to keep a list of character names. Coach Hedge is alive? Uh-oh. Someone just saw Jason's tattoo. I need answers. What's up with the tattoos? We're going to Chicago? Shut up. Okay. Guys, I want to be excited when I get to Piper's chapters. I do. But I have to read another flashback of her and her dad? I don't care. I do not care. And look, if you're a ride or die for Piper, you can get mad at me for that all you want. Maybe when I finish this book, or when I finish this series of books, and I have a full read on Piper's character, when I revisit these books, I'll care more about these flashbacks. But like, I don't. Or if her dad becomes some important part of the story because he's missing, maybe then I'll care. But right now I don't. There's no real reason for me to care about her and her dad right now. And they keep trying to give me flashbacks of them. I don't care. Oh my god. They're free falling. Now I'm free. Free falling. Ew. Piper broke her ankle or something. Guys, if the dragon's dead, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be sad for Leo if the dragon's dead. Why doesn't Piper just tell Jason and Leo that someone's talking to her in her dreams? If I was Piper, I'd be like, hey, so I've been too scared to tell you guys this, but now it's like it's getting out of hand. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm being swindled. I'm being bamboozled. Like, just be like, hey, this is happening. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop it. They took my dad. They're your friends. They'd probably help you. And I know that she's not telling them for the plot. I get that. But I hate when stuff like that happens, where it's just like you could easily just tell them. I hate when that happens in movies too. Not like a visceral hate, but I'm always like, I would just tell them. I would just be like, hey, so this giant is talking to me in my dreams. I don't know what to do about it. Oh, well, I guess she is probably scared that the giant will kill her father. All right, I'll give her that much. How did she even get like jumbled up in this mess with this giant? Either that's like not explained yet or I missed it. Hi, Papa. Do you want to come put him in the frame? Sure. And you say hi. Hi.
He's for me.
Oh, and then of course the classic, I need to tell you something, and then something interrupts the sentence and she doesn't get to say it. Classic. Me every time we get to a Leo chapter. Man, if this book doesn't start giving me answers at some point, it's just a really long book it's a really long amount of time to go being confused. Oh, snap. There's a Cyclops in this book. There's 2 Cyclopses. Cyclopsi, Cyclops. Whatever the plural is, there's 2 of them. There's 3 of them. There's 3 Cyclopses in this warehouse. Oh my god, a female Cyclops. Okay, queen. I kind of like this charm speak thing it's giving in Star Wars when Jedi are like, they do their little Jedi mind trick. They're not the droids you're looking for. You want to release us, Mr. Cyclops. same thing. And I feel like it has like the same rules to it. Like the Jedi mind trick only works on like the very weak-minded. That's why it works on stormtroopers. I feel like charm speak only really works on stupid people. Oh, purple shirt talked in Latin. We're getting somewhere. So I was right. I know the purple shirts are Camp Jupiter. Wait, Camp Zeus? I'm just coming to the realization that I really don't know what Camp Jupiter is. I assumed it was just like a Camp Half-Blood for the Roman version of the gods. I never thought too much about it though, and I never quite thought about the fact that it's called Camp Jupiter. I guess we'll see. Okay, so there's nothing like super special fancy about Leo. He just like has powers, I guess, that children of Hephaestus can have, but we just haven't seen someone like him in centuries, which is still really cool. I like that a lot. And he just 1v3'd all these Cyclopses. I love him. All right. We have made it to chapter 25. Jason. I think that's a half decent place to stop for the day. That was 10 chapters. Started with 15. No, 9. 9, technically. Not bad. Not shabby. My thoughts at the end of day 3. I'm having fun. I feel like it kind of slowed down for a little bit, but not too much. It's definitely still very interesting, and I'm definitely still very intrigued. I do kind of want answers now. I don't know how many chapters are in here, but I think it's safe to say I'm halfway through the book. I mean, I guess I have a lot of answers. Like we learned that it's a giant that's talking to Piper in her dreams. Hera took Jason's memories. But I think I want to know like why the giant chose Piper to talk to through her dreams. Like, was she just an easy target because she loves her dad? I don't know. Why does Rick keep wanting me to be compelled by backstories of Piper and her dad? I don't know. Maybe it's probably just so that like I as a reader can understand why Piper is very torn because she loves her dad so much, and these flashbacks are supposed to make me understand that, I guess. Fine, whatever. And at the end of day 3, it's safe to say I think my favorite character in this book is Leo. Jason coming in at a close second, and Piper's right there, number 3. Like, actually no, I lied. We've got Leo, and then it's like Jason and Piper. Like, Jason and Piper could probably be interchangeable by the end of this book. But since we're halfway through, I do have a feeling that Leo is my favorite. And that's what I'll leave you with for day 3. A nice snowy backdrop for the snowy part of the book that worked out beautifully. Day 3, halfway through. Definitely not reading as fast as I read Sea of Monsters, but it's a bigger book, so it's going to take a couple more days to read, and that's fine. See you guys in day 4. Indy, relax. Relax, Indy, relax. Say hello. Say welcome back to day 4? Day 4, I think? Of my reading vlog. It's day 4 technically, but I took the last 2 days off of reading because it was the weekend. I had things to do, but I have been itching to get back to reading The Lost Hero. We're starting off on chapter 25 today, so let's get into it. Okay, where we left off was Leo 3v1'd some Cyclopses, and Leo also had someone talking to him through the ground or something like that. I don't know. But we're starting off with chapter 25, Jason. Oh! Hera says, your sister will help. Y'all, if Thalia pulls up in this book, I'm gonna be so fucking hyped. Okay, so Jason just had like a whole like dream conversation with Hera. It's kind of nice, kind of answered some questions. Not really, but like, I feel like I have a better sense of why all this is happening in the first place. And I feel like that's something a little important for me to have in a book, especially if I still have this much left to read. Now, okay, here's a real problem I'm having with reading this book in the year of 2025, aka post Short and Sweet. Every time they talk about Hera and they call her Juno, I just start singing Juno by Sabrina Carpenter in my head. So, there's that. You make me wanna make you fall in love. Ooh! Oh my god, Leo is literally so me, because when I read the name of the giant in my head, I literally read it as enchiladas. That's crazy. Me and Leo, that's my bestie, actually. Oh, come here. You gotta calm down, buddy. You're making it hard for me to read. He's so big. Do you guys remember in my Sea of Monsters reading vlog when he literally came and like slept in my lap? And he was like the size of my thumb. He was literally the size of the book I was reading. And now he's, oh, look at him, he's so big. All right, we're in Chicago. Chicago, Chicago. If anybody watching this is too young for Victorious, that's gonna make me feel real dumb. My favorite thing about reading this book so far is speeding through Jason and Piper's chapters just so I can get to Leo's chapters. Okay, I do like Jason and Piper, but this one paragraph, maybe I'm just like reading it wrong. I don't know. It's giving weird energy. Jason's talking about how he's glad that Piper lost the Aphrodite blessing because with the blessing, she looked 25, glamorous, and completely out of his league. So he's basically like, thank God she's not out of my league anymore. And then he goes, he never thought of beauty as a form of power, but that's the way Piper had seemed. Powerful. So you're saying she's only powerful when she's got her blessing on? Interesting. I'm probably misreading that, but I don't know. The way that's worded was like off to me a little bit. Oh! Flame on! Johnny Storm mention. Oh my god, so the Marvel exists within the Percy Jackson universe. Aww. I love what Jason just said to Leo. Maybe people with special gifts show up when bad things are happening because that's when they're needed most. Oh my god. They're talking about Leo's mom again, you guys. I like this line. Jason didn't know what would happen. Girl, me either. I'm a little lost, but I'm having fun. Okay, so this great prophecy that has 7 demigods. I'm curious who the other 4 are. I don't know if I'm gonna meet any other characters in the rest of these books, like that would be a part of the 7, which by the way, it feels really weird calling them the 7 because I don't know if any of you guys watch The Boys, but that's what they call like the superhero team in that show with like Homelander, the Deep, Starlight, all the bad guys. I will be calling them the 7 in this book series, but it's gonna feel really weird. So I would assume, I don't know, if I had to guess, I would say Annabeth and Percy are a part of the 7 as well. Maybe Nico. I don't think Thalia can be a part of the 7 because she's a hunter of Artemis. I don't know if I know any other half-bloods. Okay. Once again, another creepy, cryptic character has been introduced and threatening members of the trio are gonna die in a very ominous, non-specific way. Anyways, 28. Okay. So we're introducing, I guess, a different type of metal. We've got celestial bronze, but now Jason's sword is made of imperial gold. See, okay, if a lot of these books are going to be rooted in Roman gods and like ancient Rome and stuff like that, I know diddly squat about that. Most of my knowledge goes to Greek mythology. Ah! Golden Throne, shout out. Hephaestus made it as a punishment for his mother, Hera. Sit in it and you will be immediately trapped. I know that chair. I've seen that chair. Wait, that's so funny. It is media. I'm probably not saying that right, but who cares? This girl murdered her own children just to get back at Jason? She's kind of crazy. Ah! Media herself calls them the 7. I'm gonna start calling them the 7. That's so funny. Oh, Cersei shout out. Oh my god, it's like a family reunion. Oh my god, everyone's just getting mentioned. I kind of love this. We're so back. We're so back. Okay, so basically what I just read that I had no reaction to, I just feel like I should keep you guys updated as to where I am. 2 Piper chapters. They were in a department store. They met this chick named Media. They battled some sun dragons, they knocked some potions over, they escaped. Shout out Festus. That's basically what just happened. But wait, did they just leave their coach down there? Is he gonna be okay? Wait, did they get his coach? Hang on. Did I miss that? Ah! Leo's having a dream of Hephaestus. Hey, bestie. Esperanza? That's the name of Leo's mom, Esperanza? That's a crazy name. I love it. Wait. I thought the gods weren't supposed to be having conversations with mortals right now. I know Hephaestus doesn't really live on Olympus, right? So maybe that's why he can talk to Leo? Ah! Leo asking the important questions. Why contact me now? I thought the gods had gone silent. Thank you, Leo. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Festus is falling from the sky again, dude. Okay, I need that to be the last time this happens, though. Like, when you've done a bit twice, that's it. You can't do it a third time. Anyways, by the way, we're on chapter 30. Okay, I guess they did get the cages. I went back to reread the end of Piper's chapter when they escaped from the department store, and I don't see when they grabbed the cages that had their coach in it, and I guess the other winds in them or whatever. I literally don't see where that happened. But whatever. Oh my god, Festus didn't make it. Oh, Festus is using Morse code. Is Festus dead? What the fuck? Maybe he can make him into like a fire-breathing dog or something. Oh, that's it. No more death in Leo's life. I refuse. We've got 4 more books in this series. If I see one more person in Leo's life die, I'm gonna off myself. Aw, bye, Festus. Damn. I'm sad. Oh my god, tomorrow is the winter solstice? Jesus Christ. I love Leo. I really do. I try very hard to be annoying. Don't insult my ability to annoy. Aw. Jason and Leo are just besties. King Midas, like the guy that touches things and everything turns to gold? Okay, so the storm spirits are now in Piper's backpack. That's fun. Some hunters of Artemis were here. They're looking for the wolves. Oh my god. Missing demigod. Oh my god, guys, it's all coming together. Once all my characters are like in the same place or on the same page, I'm gonna be having so much fun. And I have a feeling that's not gonna happen until the very end of the book. Oh my god. Piper just got turned to gold. Ah! And Leo! Ah! Alright, chapter 33. They just defeated Midas. Kinda. How fun. One of like the most fun parts of reading any Percy Jackson book is when they're encountering some random obstacle and like you recognize who they're encountering. It's always so fun when that happens. Ah! Is Piper about to finally tell them about her dreams with the giant? And they reacted exactly the way that I would assume they would, which is what I said days ago. Just tell them. I'm obsessed with them being called the Seven. That's so funny. There are wolves. Wolves have arrived. So, this wolf man is calling Jason a child of Rome. So I'm pretty confident at some point in this book series, we're going to be learning about Camp Jupiter. And the vibes I'm getting are that Camp Jupiter and Camp Half-Blood should never interact. At least that's what they're acting like. They're acting like it's a big deal that Jason hasn't killed like everybody or something. So I'm curious if Jason's going to get like separated from the rest of them by the end of this book, if he's going to go to Camp Jupiter, who else is involved in Camp Jupiter? Does Camp Jupiter even exist anymore? If he does go to Camp Jupiter, how is he still a part of the Seven? Are the other members of the Seven at Camp Jupiter? Lots of questions. Lots of questions. Why is it called Camp Jupiter? Are they all Zeus's children at that camp? Who's to say? Who's to say? Also, the wolves that they're talking to right now seem to not be the wolves that Jason dreamed of. So, lycanthropes! Oh my god, I know that word. You guys think that I'm gonna be an avid Vampire Diaries and Teen Wolf watcher and not know the word lycanthrope? You're crazy. Arrows. Arrows are flying through the air and hitting the wolves. The hunters! Thalia's here! Okay. Jason's mom was also an actress? What the fuck? Does Rick know that people can have other jobs? Real question. It's kind of crazy that Zeus doubled back to Thalia's mom to then create Jason. Like, that's kind of crazy. Okay, so Jason and Thalia's mom is crazy. She's crazy. Honestly, this improves my just now starting obsession with Thalia and Luke. I kind of want them to, like, be more of a thing in the TV show because I think they're navigating away from Luke and Annabeth being, like, a thing like they are in the books. And Thalia and Luke both having crazy mothers. I kind of like it. I'm so happy Thalia is here. Okay, I don't normally leave off like in the middle of someone's 2 chapters. Like normally I would finish this chapter, but that does it for today. I think I just read 10 chapters. I feel like this is a good place to leave off. We just saw Thalia. She's about to help them get to Aeolus or however you say his name. And plus it'll be fun to start tomorrow with another Leo chapter. So I think, yeah, we'll start off tomorrow with chapter 36. That does it for day 4. We just read 10 chapters. I liked today's chapters a lot. I had a lot of fun today. Let's see. We had King Midas. That was fun. Some wolves showed up. Media met her. Coach is back. Thalia is here. What a grand time. What a grand old time. I've missed Thalia. It's good to see her. It's good to have her. You know what I mean? I think, let's see. I don't know. We could probably finish on day 5. How many chapters would that be? Oh my god, there's a thing in the back of this book that has like a list of all the gods in the Lost Hero. Wait, I love that. I don't want to read it though because I don't want to get spoiled. There's 56 chapters in this honking book. So actually it might take 2 more days to read this because I feel like I'm doing 10 chapters a day pretty much. There's about 20 chapters left in this book. So we're close. We're so close. Okay, see you guys in day 5. Hello everyone, welcome to day 5, I think. I don't know, another day of reading The Lost Hero. I want to say we left off with chapter 36, right? We finished chapter 35. I wonder if anybody watching this has been like, why the fuck is she not putting a bookmark in her stupid book? I don't know. Okay, that's right. We're starting with chapter 36, Leo. See, I'm so glad I left myself a Leo chapter to start out with. If I'm remembering correctly, there's 56 chapters in this book, so we've got about 20 chapters left. That's enough talking. Let's just start reading. Let's start reading. If I had to guess, I'd say I bet people probably get annoyed with the way that Leo is always like, oh, a girl, she's cute. I want attention from her. But my opinion is that I think Leo's whole thing is he kind of just wants to be like loved and appreciated. And it makes sense if you think about it. Like what happened to his mom, dad never being around. That sucks. That's a lot. So I think it makes sense that he would like be trying to seek out validation both like in his friendships, like with Jason, and also just like in any sort of possible romantic prospect. And okay, now that I say that about Leo, I now more than ever really want to see him and Annabeth like fully interact. I don't know if they like ever really do, but I don't know. I think this reverts back to what I said a couple days ago, where I was like, I just feel like children of Athena and children of Hephaestus like have a lot in common. I feel like they would get along really, really well. I just feel like Annabeth and Leo would be really good friends. Anyways. Oh, interesting. Thalia finds it alarming that Jason can fly. I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about the fact that Jason can do things that we haven't seen Thalia do. But to be fair, I feel like we met Thalia and pretty soon thereafter she became a hunter of Artemis. So, but yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh. Puzzle pieces are finally clicking together, you guys. And of course, Leo is the one putting it all together. Exactly. Back to Jason. Thalia's gone for now, but I hope we'll see her again. I wonder if we're going to find Percy by the end of this book. I'm going to get like little Percy, Annabeth, Thalia reunion. Oh my gosh. Leo calling Jason Superman. I literally did that on day 1. Me and Leo, I swear to God, were like this. Oh. Not Aeolus knowing Jason? What? Okay. Aeolus is like showing them pictures or something. Got a picture of Piper's dad. Is the thing that he showed Leo the drawing of like the flying boat that Leo mentioned earlier in the book? Probably. Or whatever the drawing was. I can't remember. I feel like it was a flying boat, but I might be wrong. Okay. Who is the she that is talking in Aeolus's ear? I don't even know if I'm saying that dude's name right. Probably not, but whatever. Oh my gosh. Iris messaged me. Literally, I am like instant message. That's so funny. Why is Jason always blacking out? I think this is like the 5th time he's blacked out in this book. My God. Piper is dreaming of Aphrodite. Oh my God. Okay, wait. So this voice that we've been hearing this whole time is just the Earth? Okay. All right. They're literally battling Mother Earth. Who would have thought that Aphrodite would be giving me all the answers that I've been asking this entire book? Who would have thought? Not me. Not me. But I'm so glad she did. I don't know if she gave me all the answers, but she gave me some answers. And that's all that matters. So, okay. Things I just learned in this chapter. This is the most efficient Piper chapter maybe in the whole book. I hate to say it. Things we learned. Okay. Aphrodite is like super old. Long story short. This big bad that they've been trying to figure out the whole book is Gaia, aka Mother Earth, which is crazy. Let's see what else. Oh. The 2 sides have to meet. I assume the 2 sides are going to be Camp Half-Blood and Camp Jupiter. But that's just me assuming. But yeah, that was a good chapter. I feel like I got some questions answered. All right, moving on to chapter extra large. All right, I'm trying to picture this outfit that Aphrodite put Piper in. A turquoise dress, black leggings, and black leather boots. If that's not like a Disney Channel original movie Camp Rock ass outfit, I don't know what is. Oh my God, they all got makeovers. Wait, Leo's outfit sounds sick as fuck. Oh, this is a good question I hadn't thought to ask. Where is Camp Jupiter? Is it like in California? That would make sense. It'd be like polar opposite of Long Island. I hadn't thought about that. I wonder if saving Piper's dad has some greater meaning to it. Because, like, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't know if I'm supposed to. maybe I'm just like not as close to Piper as I am to other characters, because like if roles were reversed and like this was Leo's mom and we were trying to save Leo's mom, like maybe I'd care a little bit more because Leo is my favorite character in the book so far. But like I just wonder, like, are they just gonna save her dad and it's gonna be like, yay, dad saved, okay, let's go back to camp, and it's not gonna have any like greater meaning to it, because that's gonna be like weird. Like, why did we do it in the first place? Oh, not them starting a fire in California. Oh my god. I'm currently reading this on January 15th of 2025, by the way, in case anyone's watching this in like 2028 or something and they're wondering when I'm reading this book. There's like currently insane wildfires happening in California. That's crazy. All right. Bring it home, Jason. Why is Jason like a fucking veteran or something? Like, he's done so much apparently in his life. He's only 16. Well, I say that like Percy Jackson hadn't done a lot by the time he was 16, but you know what I mean. It's definitely a very interesting choice to go about your first book in a series and like your main character doesn't have any of his own memories. So like you just have to discover them as you go in the book. I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like I haven't really seen that done before, but it definitely makes Jason, I think, a more intriguing character. I do love the way Jason talks about Piper, though. Her hair was smoldering, her face was smudged with soot, she had a cut on her arm, her dress was torn, and she was missing a boot. Beautiful. That's so sweet. Okay, so I guess the whole Piper's dad storyline was literally just to extend book pages, give the trio like an obstacle in the way of the actual thing they were supposed to be battling. And I guess just like to give Piper's character something interesting throughout the book, like, oh, she's got a secret, oh, she might betray them, oh, who knows. I guess, I don't know, I'll have to sit on it for a while and think about whether or not the storyline of Piper's dad like had any significant meaning to this book or not. Always brings a smile to my face. If somehow Leo can get his mom back, I would love that. I would love that more than anything. But only if it's in a happy way. If she comes back from the underworld and it's like all creepy and scary, I don't want that. I just want Leo to be happy. So was Jason raised by wolves? Is that a thing? Is that what happened to him? That's crazy. They froze Thalia? What? Oh my god, Keone is back. Hey, girl. I didn't even think about the fact that some of our characters from the original Percy Jackson books could die in these books. I didn't even think about that. That's horrifying. So Keone is working for Gia. These names are crazy. It's so funny. Leo saying, "See, lady, that's what happens to snow in Texas. It freaking melts." It is so funny when also this past week, Texas and like a lot of the South had like a crazy snowstorm. Gotta love how much the world has changed since 2010. Chapter 50. We might just finish the book today. I've been sitting here for long enough. I might as well stay here for a couple more minutes. Okay. Hera's out. Everyone's good. But also, Jason just looked like directly into Hera's true form, which is like something you're not supposed to do. So if all this happens and Jason just doesn't get his memories back, I'm gonna be kind of annoyed. Just like that much annoyed. Okay, if anybody's reading along, on page 515, when Piper's trying to get Jason to wake up and she's like, Jason, wake up. And they're like describing her voice as like resonating through the earth all the way down to the underworld. I am imagining that as like the way Timothée Chalamet speaks in Dune, where he's like, quiet, you know what I mean? And like the voice like vibrates. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm picturing. Remus. The name Remus being mentioned with wolves. Welcome back, Remus Lupin. Oh my god, we're already back at Camp Half-Blood? Can we do that more often? I feel like so often at the end of Percy Jackson books, we just spend so much time getting back to Camp Half-Blood. Like, let's just travel. Let's just travel through air. Let's just snap our fingers and be back at camp. All right, chapter 52. We're almost there, guys. Selena mention. Okay, Piper ate that one thing. Don't even look at Jason Grace. That's so funny. Aww. Okay. Do I care about Piper and her dad? Not really. But Piper's dad saying someday they're going to remember me as Piper McQueen's father. And that's the best legacy I can imagine. Okay, that's sweet. Oh my gosh. She burnt the little Hunters of Artemis business card. That's cute. This is probably the last Leo chapter of the book. The last 2 Leo chapters. I'm gonna miss him. Oh, Day Dallas, shout out. Shout out, Battle of the Labyrinth. Shout out, Annabeth. See, what am I saying? What have I been saying this whole time? Children of Athena. Children of Hephaestus. Best fucking friends. Are we about to get a Camp Jupiter mention? Like the demigod civil war was between Camp Half-Blood and Camp Jupiter? Damn, they don't like each other? Like, really, really, really don't like each other? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Obviously, they've been hinting at it in this entire book, but I mean, like, prior to reading this book, I knew Camp Jupiter was a thing. I didn't know much about it. I knew it was just, like, the Roman versions of the Greek gods. But I didn't know anything else outside of that. I never thought about the fact that they could hate each other. Aww. Festus is going to be the masthead of the boat. Guys, I'm so sad Festus is dead. I hope he comes to life with the boat. That would be everything. We're going to Greece. Are we going to Greece in this book series? That's so fun. We're going international. Woohoo! Everyone get your passports. Who were the other 4 demigods? Excellent question, Leo. I know I guessed them earlier, but now I'm thinking, I think I threw out Jason, Piper, Leo, Percy, Annabeth, maybe Nico and someone else, but I'm having a feeling like pretty confident in Jason, Piper, and Leo. I'm honestly less confident in Annabeth and Percy being involved in the 7. They might be. I just don't know how involved they are in this entire series. Like, Annabeth was here a lot in the beginning of the book, but not too much in the rest once they left camp. But maybe when we find Percy, they'll be more involved. I don't know. I literally have no idea. So Annabeth and Percy could be in the 7, but now I'm thinking eventually we're going to find Camp Jupiter and we're going to meet some other Camp Jupiter members, and maybe some of them will be in the 7, because I feel like Jason can't be the only one. You know what I mean? Like, we can't have 6 from Camp Half-Blood and only 1 from Camp Jupiter. I feel like we got to have a healthy mix in there. So I feel like I haven't even met some of the 7. We'll see. We'll have to see, obviously. Leo found a home. Guys, I'm gonna cry. I love Leo. What the fuck? And he's now leader of his cabin too, guys. I'm actually crying. Guys, I love Leo so much. Oh my god, if I post this reading vlog and everyone in the comments is like, Leo's actually the most annoying character in the entire book series and everybody hates him, I'm gonna be so sad. I love him. I don't care what anybody says. Okay? I love Leo. We're almost done. Whoa. Name drops galore. Dakota, Gwendolyn, Hazel, Bobby, Raina. I recognize the name Hazel. I've seen people talk about someone named Hazel before, but that's the only name out of these that I really recognize. I know absolutely nothing about her though, so I just feel like I've seen that name thrown around, maybe? I don't even know. Stop. Does Jason have another girlfriend? Raina? That's crazy. If he's like dating Raina and he doesn't remember. Whatever. I'm team Jason and Piper as of right now. Oh my god, it's like Twilight. Oh my god, it's like Twilight. Oh my god, Hera's at camp? I kind of like the aspect of like Zeus giving Jason to Hera, because like, yeah, he is son of Zeus or son of Jupiter, whatever you want to call it, but like in a way, because he's Hera's champion, like it kind of feels like he's also son of Hera, which I kind of like. I feel like Hera is incredibly underutilized. That's something I have really enjoyed about this book so far. Like I feel like some of the most underutilized gods, Hera, Aphrodite, are like really being used in this book, and I like that a lot. All right, last chapter, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, Clarice is here. Shout out. Clovis, Butch. Ah, Travis Stoll. Will, of course. So basically, every time the Roman gods are talked about, they're basically described as just like more warlike than the Greek gods. And that being said, when we eventually meet like the Roman version of Ares, he's probably super fucking intense. Wait, oh my god, is Camp Jupiter like based in San Francisco? I'm literally on the second to last page. I just read the words. Hera said, "My coming here was an exchange of leaders." Is Percy at Camp Jupiter right now? Wait, does that mean Percy's memory is also wiped? Percy Jackson is at the other camp, and he probably doesn't even remember who he is. Shut up. And that's it? Wow. Okay. All right. That was good. All right. They did it. They got me. I'm hooked. I want to read the next one. Oh, wow. Kind of sad that it took me that long actually to figure out that that's probably where Percy was. Now that I think about it. I don't know. There was so much other stuff to focus on in this book. Okay, I was distracted. All right. Okay. Wow, that's so fun. Okay, so Jason and Percy basically swapped places, which makes sense. I was kind of getting the vibes that Jason is like the Percy Jackson of Camp Jupiter. So, of course, that makes sense. Jason might have a girl. Raina. That's not Piper. That's T. So, if Percy is at Camp Jupiter, but they don't know where Camp Jupiter is, I assume that means it probably takes at least another book to find him, which makes sense because the next book is called Son of Neptune, which I know Neptune is Poseidon, so I know that much. I don't know, hopefully they're reunited in the next book. I wonder where Camp Jupiter is. I feel like it's definitely in California, probably in San Francisco, because they mention San Francisco in the Bay Area a lot. And I'm not the best with geography, but I feel like San Francisco is kind of like, it like sticks out a little bit. It's like very much surrounded by water. So it would kind of be like the California equivalent in a way of Long Island, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, if I had to guess, that's where I would assume Camp Jupiter is going to be. Honestly, to get to the end of this book where the gag is that Percy Jackson is in Camp Jupiter made this whole book worth it to me. I had a fun time. There were some things that I was like, okay, you know, this is a big book. Is this plot necessarily needed? I felt that only a few times, and I'm sure you guys are more than welcome in the comments to be like, hey, so, you know, this whole plot with Piper and her dad was actually necessary because XYZ. It's important to Piper's character because XYZ. And it does, you know, feel important to Piper's character. She gained a lot of confidence from it. She found like a lot of like self in it, and that is important. And I do like Piper's character, do not get me wrong, especially by the end of the book. Like, very down with Piper, and I like her a lot. Love her and Jason. However, Leo was the standout character for me. I cannot tell a lie. I think that was evident throughout this whole entire reading vlog. Every time I got to a Leo chapter, I was just very excited. I hope he's just as involved in the next book. It would be crazy if the next book was like just from the POVs of people at Camp Jupiter. And I didn't get to see any of these people for a whole book. I'd be so annoyed. If I pick up the next book and I don't get to see anything from Leo, I'd be very irritated. And if that's the case, don't tell me in the comments down below because I want to be surprised. Yeah, if you do comment anything on this video, don't spoil anything that happens in the next 4 books because I really don't know much if it's not obvious, and I really want to keep it that way. So just don't spoil anything. That'd be great. But yeah, I had a fun time. This took me 5 days, 6 days to read. And by days, I mean like I sit down for about an hour to an hour and a half each day to read. So not bad, not bad. I'm into it. Once I get this vlog edited and posted, I'll probably start reading the next one, Son of Neptune. I don't want to post my reading vlogs like too quickly back to back. Like I want to be able to spread them out a little bit. I did get a comment suggesting this on a video while I was filming this reading vlog. Someone suggested I should put like daily updates of my reading vlogs on Patreon because it takes a while to read and film and then edit and then post, which was a great idea. So obviously, if you're watching this now, the reading vlog is posted on my YouTube. But when I start reading Son of Neptune and you want my daily updates, if you don't want to have to wait for the reading vlog, join me over on my Patreon. You can get daily updates over there. Not to mention other things like commentary tracks, reaction videos, all that stuff. But yeah, long story short, really fun start to this new series. I'm digging the characters. I definitely have a favorite, and my favorite is Leo. I'm curious to meet all the characters that Jason just name dropped at the end of this book. Hazel is a name that sounds familiar to me. I feel like that's a character that's going to be important. Reina also kind of feels familiar. I feel like I've heard people say her name before. The other names, though, never really heard of them, but Hazel and Reina do kind of sound familiar. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else really to say. I enjoyed my time, and that's what's important. And I'm very eager to pick up the next book. That's also what's really important. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me read this book. This is the first time I've done a reading vlog for a book that I've never read before, because the only other reading vlog I've done was Sea of Monsters, and that was a reread. Obviously, I've read Sea of Monsters many times before, but this was a first time read, and I am really glad that a lot of my reactions are like forever captured on camera. I think that that's so fun, and I'm very excited to be able to share my reactions for the rest of the book series. I can't wait. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to keep reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it, make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel so you don't miss when I continue reading the Heroes of Olympus series. Not to mention all the other Percy Jackson content that I post, which is a lot. It's predominantly what I mostly post on my YouTube, give or take a few other videos here and there. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this video. 1 book down, 4 to go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.